Podchuck stays on during podcasting.
Just looking that it's only taking in my audio. I can't hear it in my headphones, and it's not clipping, so we should be good.
Sick. All right.
And
then backup. I am just going to do it. Backup. I got this program called Mini Meters, which is cool because it has all little mini audio meters for everything. But it also lets you just record like everything that happens on the computer, audio-wise, which is pretty nice.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
There's a spectrogram. There's a you see the levels, you can see the bass versus treble frequency breakdown, and you can record the whole thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. By next time I'll have the Revelator out. I'll have the John the Revelator mic back in action.
You sound good.
Yeah, it's good enough, but
it's good enough. What is the Outdoor Cats podcast if not a podcast that subscribes to the good enough philosophy?
Good enough philosophy.
It is good enough.
The Pablo Picasso good enough philosophy.
That's right. It's about the stuff you learn along the way and learning it in real time, embarrassingly in front of an audience. Which is the key to success, I think.
Yeah.
It is the key to success. We might be getting a phone call during the middle of this recording. We might not be. But in the meantime, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's been kind of a crazy week for news that's relevant to our program.
We are 8 fucking days into 2026, and locally, nationally, internationally, we're really looking at a banger so far. In all of the not good ways. We kidnapped the president of a country. ICE murdered a woman in Minneapolis, and I'm hearing that some people got shot in Portland tonight. But those are topics for probably another time.
Yeah, I think that just quickly off the top, I went to a rally that some socialist groups held outside of City Hall. Me and Katie went down there. It was a nice show of solidarity. It was, it was freezing, but it was heartening to, it got a bigger turnout than some of those do. I'd say there was a couple hundred people there. And
that's great to hear.
It was heartening, yeah. There was one funny moment where somebody from, I think it was Independent Socialist Group, was like, Democrats are just as bad as the Republicans. The ICE is a bipartisan consensus. And then after that, there was some smug, like, No Kings style little old lady who is sarcastically clapping and going, "Well, yeah, let's lose another election." And I was like, oh my fucking God. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
very interesting. Very interesting partnership or whatever you want to call it with like independent socialists and Indivisible and all of that. But I'm glad people got out.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm glad people got out. But like, let's be honest here. If you are a fan of the Democratic Party and you have been nodding your head all along to some of the things we've been saying, consider like maybe renegotiating your relationship with the Democratic. Maybe just maybe consider it. I think it might be in all of our interests right now. Because the response to the cold-blooded and well-captured, well-documented murder in Minneapolis has been not great. Not great, gotta say. Really
terrific.
Really pathetic. Luckily, Chris, we don't have to talk about that because we have a variety of local pathetic things that have happened. First one that we should probably talk about, since the Telegram finally wrote about it, is the Thomas Duffy lawsuit against Tom Marino.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should talk about that.
A full 7 days after I broke the news. And, I'm not about breaking the news, but broke the news. Took the Telegram a week, but Brad Patrician, he wrote a good story about it. Sean Connolly, if Sean Connolly is listening, which I imagine he's not, because he posted in the stream group chat, wow, Thomas Duffy is suing Tom Marino. And he posted that today. And I was like, damn, dude, you didn't read my story last week? I put you out every week. I publish you every week, and you don't read my stories?
Wow.
So, Sean, if you're listening to this, you're on the shit list, bud. Just kidding.
You are definitely on the shit list. Somehow it seems like your phone started ringing and my phone started ringing just before the end of 2025. The Telegram missed the memo by about a week. Yeah. But
that's, it's just one of many times we've beaten the Telegram on important stories. But that's not the reason. We didn't bring up this media story to do catty media, to be little media bitches. We brought this up because this is kind of a crazy challenge to the First Amendment that Thomas Duffy is making with a personal injury lawyer that represents the police unions, I've found out in my time digging into this. Rafferty. You have any Rafferty experience, Chris?
Rich Rafferty. So I'll tell you, Bill, I went on, I did a little research before the episode because many a night I have sat watching bad television and seen a Richard Rafferty, Eden Rafferty ad air. And there was one where it's like, it's like him as a kid, like standing up to a bully. And it's like his like origin story as an attorney. This is a comedy podcast, by the way. If anyone is listening, this is comedy. I'm a comedian. I can't be sued for anything that I say. Right, and we should have been more clear is that we're talking like about a character that you've been making in The Sims. Yes, right. Satire in Minecraft. There was an ad I desperately tried to find, and I could not find it on YouTube. I did find a pretty goofy one with Adam Vinatieri that I've linked in the show notes. I haven't even looked at that. Damn.
Here's my card, Vinatieri. I think you're going to need it.
When the game is on the line, call the team at Eden Rafferty. It's up, and it's good.
Don't forget my $100.
One of the things that I thought was very funny about this was that Richard Rafferty is the person who is representing Thomas Duffy in this lawsuit. He's supposed to be, the attorney for the little guy.
Yeah, he's
I fight for the little guy. Yeah, he fights for the little guy, like the Worcester Police Union and the state police before he, before he blank beep beep boop boop. It wasn't unindicted boop in a boop in a we're a comedy podcast. You can't sue us, even if you are an unindicted in a that
knows about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in Minecraft.
But very funny that that's the guy that you pick to try to win a First Amendment case that, if you were successful, would set a insane precedent. Like, in order for Thomas Duffy to win this case, he basically has to take it all the way to the United States Supreme Court. He is alleging one count of defamation against Tom Marino of This Week in Worcester for two stories that Tom Marino wrote. One of them has the best headline of all time. It's like, Worcester's most violent cop is protesting police accountability or something like that. I should find the actual headline. I just don't have it in front of me, and I want to keep moving. I'll link it. But he points to like 5 or 6. Oh, shit. All right, let's put a pin in this for a second. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Al Gregg's back on the show. Cool Kojak. Calling in.
I'm back.
He's back. And does he have for us, we haven't talked about this at all, but perhaps he has for us something that's wicked Worcester.
Dude, totally got wicked Worcester.
What do you got that's wicked Worcester?
Wicked Worcester and AIDS, kid. Hold on.
Yeah, Al, we were just talking about
Spags.
Dude. Spags was, I never got to go there. I think it was closed before my time in the city. When did it close?
Oh, I got to go to Spags. Somebody took me. Well, so I shouldn't say that. I have to correct myself. I didn't get to go to Spags. I got to go to Spags Building 19, which was the next generation when Building 19 had kind of taken it over. What I remember about it was that I was very, very poor at the time, and I think the first time I left Spags, I left with a free painter's cap that said Spags Building 19, and I left with 6 1-pound tubs of dry roasted peanuts and like 2 pairs of pants.
That's
for like $14 or something.
That sounds.
But no, Al, tell us more about Spags.
Oh man, in the 80s, Spags, you would go there on the weekend, and it was like fucking ass to elbows. The whole store, you'd have to wait in line to get in, and then you'd have to do the Spags shuffle, where you can't even really like pick your feet up off the ground because there's not enough space to do that. So you have to like fucking moonwalk forwards, and everybody's just like, if anybody stops to look at anything, you're like smashing into whoever's butt cheeks is in front of you. And like, dude, it was insanity, and everybody tolerated it. And like, I knew exactly where. There's 2 things I was going for: the fucking Star Wars action figures and the fucking Matchbox and Hot Wheels section. And that was it. And they had like sick selection of fucking Matchbox.
Dude, shuffling right along to the Matchbox, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But I mean, you could get everything in there. You could get anything.
Yeah, that was the whole deal, is they just like sold whatever they basically could. I don't know. Like what is what would you call the kind of store? It's just a truly general store.
It was like a wholesale bargain, fucking what fell off the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Fucking,
rolled off a train car.
Random.
Al, do you know anything about Mr. Borghetti himself, Mr. Spag?
Oh, Spag Borghetti, yeah. I knew some people in his family. But he was like Spag Borghetti. He was like a larger than life guy. He was Italian, and leave it to the Italian guy to start collecting all the shit that fell off the truck and selling it. And He always wore the hat. You know, he had like this huge hat and his fucking head.
Yeah, big white cowboy
I mean, if you look
hat.
at the front of that bill, yeah, and there was a rendition of it, of his head with his big white cowboy hat on the side of the building. And it was huge, and it had like neon on it and stuff. Like, it was such a trip to go in there. It was so bizarre and like unique, you know? It was really fucking cool.
So my thing with that always was like the East Coast cowboy hat, like he was way ahead of his time. Because now you'll be going out to a bar in Boston and it's like bros will be wearing like a cowboy hat. Like wow. in the post Yellowstone world, you know. I don't know. I guess it's just like fascist kitsch. Like we just have dudes walking around in cowboy hats now that have never ranched a day in their life. But seems like Spag was sort of a different breed here. He was like sort of a real early adopter of the East meets West, Western aesthetic. Like I never understood that about him, or about the whole vibe. Like why was he a cowboy?
I'm not sure. I think he was just like I think he also wore cowboy boots, and he always wore like a beige suit.
Yeah.
He was just stylish, and he had a Cadillac. Like, he was fucking steezed out. I think he was influenced by like Nudie, you know?
Oh,
you know
okay.
who Nudie was?
Yeah, Nudie suits.
Yeah.
Graham Parsons, freaking everyone. Dude, what's it? David Lee Roth had a Nudie suit. Dude, I love Nudie suits. They're so cool.
Yeah.
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 I've also heard, you know, he got that spaghetti western thing going on. And speaking of, I think the reason it's Spags, or that his nickname was Spag, was that he just really loved spaghetti. That's the story. Dude, I've heard.
That's racist.
No, I'm not kidding. Like, that's actually what I've been told.
No. I'm not saying you're racist. I'm saying that whoever gave him the nickname was racist. Yeah. Hey, look at this kid. He
liked it.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding about the racist part, because it's okay to be racist against Italians anyway.
Again, prejudice against Italians this day and age? What's the world coming to?
What? So that's okay now? What? What are you going to tell me next? Christopher Columbus was a bad guy? What are you going to tell me next? Al, you said you were traveling. You going anywhere cool?
I'm going to Los Angeles tomorrow.
Dude, Los Angeles. Nice. What's going on there? I'm
finishing mixing an album that I recorded in Indonesia, and it's called Universa, and it's kind of like an ambient music project.
Damn.
With a lot of traditional Balinese instrumentation. I'll send you guys a little fucking teaser.
Dude, that'd be
pretty sick. And yeah, my homegirl Julieta Luna is singing, and she met us in Bali. She came straight from India, where she was singing, learning mantras, and we did like this really fucking rad project. So I'm finishing the mix on that. We're mixing in Atmos.
Oh.
And then I'm starting a couple other projects with a rapper named Domino Red, and he's fucking rad. And yeah, just doing the do, man. I'm working with this rapper named Porsche Betts from Western Mass.
I don't know Porsche Betts. That's cool.
You should check him out. He's me and him had some success. We had our song on Elton John played us on this radio show a few times.
Dude, like a serious, kind of serious, like his Sirius show or whatever.
Apple. Yeah, his Apple radio show.
Nice, dude. So when you were in Indonesia, were you in Jakarta?
I've been to Jakarta, but I would never live there.
Dude, I've heard it's
fucking insane.
Yeah, so I have a professor from school who is from there and wrote a book about it, but the book isn't published yet. But I have been reading it, and the description of that city is, oh my god, it sounds like it makes me feel like I've never been to a real city before. It's the biggest city in the world, and it's just absolute chaos. It's like Kelly Square is just everything. So
yeah, Kelly Square everywhere.
Kelly Square everywhere, dude. Chris, we gotta go. We gotta go to Jakarta and do a whole series of what reminds us of Kelly Square, the old Kelly Square, before it got
absolutely. We need to do that.
Just two dickheads from Massachusetts. Hey, that looks like Kelly Square. Shit. What were you say, Chris?
I was in the background being quiet because Bill knows I've been on this tip about the Venetian water ambulances, and can I throw a real curveball at you guys?
Yeah.
Bill, can you go to the can you play audio that Al can hear?
Let's find out. Let's see what this pod track can do. Yeah. All right. So I have the show notes open.
Okay. So if you go to repository.
Venice's ambulance beat.
Venice ambulance beat. I want to see. Al, you're a music professional. I want to see if you hear the music in this that I do. Are you feeling the beat in there?
If that's something, I couldn't place it. What is it?
Let's get a little kick and snare in there.
Dude, I'll straight up do that. I'll do that for the music for this episode. Why not? So
you've just been hitting me so musically.
I'll send you a beat.
Yeah, dude. I'll send you the clip. You send one back. Yeah, I'll do one. We'll combine them.
Yeah, let's get Kesha on that. We'll all get rich.
Yeah. I thought you were saying that it reminded you of like a sample or a specific song, but
no, the pacing of the horn, like it just has this, like it's got almost like a Roomba kind of like.
Yeah. So Al, that's a sound of a water police car going up a canal.
Ambulance in Venice.
Ambulance in Venice going up a canal.
They go blasting through the canals in Venice like top speed on speedboats, and they fuck everybody else's shit up, and like that's what they get to do.
That's a pretty sick job. That's a pretty sick job. Bullshit. Al, we probably got to get back to talking about the dismally depressing things that we were talking about. So you can hang around if you want to, but we're probably going to talk about this journalist getting sued by head of the police union in Worcester, like the nasty bits of Worcester, not the cool shit.
Damn, someone's getting sued? Who's getting sued?
Dude, Tom Marino from This Week in Worcester. By one Thomas Duffy of the Patrolmen's Union. I don't know if you
I know Tommy Duffy.
You know Tommy Duffy. Oh.
Careful what you say, because he's litigious.
Yeah, apparently. So I have a Tommy Duffy story.
Cool.
Ooh.
Why don't you tell us the story, and then after, we can do the legal review after. How about that? But I'd love to hear the Tommy Duffy story, even if it doesn't make the cut. You know what I mean?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So this is off the record.
The way that I'd like to do it is, it's on the record, if you're okay with that, but I'm not going to put out anything that I flag as could get you sued, right?
Okay.
We can do it that way.
I don't think it would get me.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm just.
Yeah. Okay.
But
if anything, I would sue myself for telling this story.
Okay, cool. Well, then fire away, dude. I want to hear any Tommy Duffy story that I can hear, because he's become quite the central figure to Worcester politics over the past year.
Okay, I'm fascinated. Have you ever met him?
Only in hostile contexts.
I drank with him. I drank
person?
in the same room with him at the Hibernian this past St. Patrick's Day. But yeah,
I've been at the same meetings as him, and I have never talked to him personally.
Does he have hair or is he bald headed?
Oh shit, that's a good point. We're talking about Thomas B. Duffy, who has hair, I believe. He has a trim cut. His dad was in the town.
Okay, so all right. So let me just tell my story first.
Okay.
I think you guys will like this one.
Hell yeah.
It was my birthday, and I'm living in the Hotel Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I'm like, I was pretty popular. Like, everybody liked hanging out, and like I would interview them and whatever. I got to know a bunch of the Worcester cops. I grew up with some Worcester cops, and then through my interviewing people, and me and Bob Largess staged an Irish wake in Kelly Square, and we had a horse-drawn carriage with an empty coffin in it for Cornelius Kelly on Cornelius Kelly Day, which is in October, for the day that he was killed in France.
Oh.
He got mustard gassed in France
during
World War One. Cornelius Kelly. He's from Vernon Hill.
Yeah.
And so I knew the bagpiper. His name's Sean. He's the Worcester Police Department. And then everybody was like, you got to meet Tommy Duffy. So Tommy Duffy came down to the Vernon, and he left me a note at the Vernon bar. He's like, hey, call this number. I got to tell you some stories. So I'm sitting at the bar, and fucking Tommy Duffy comes in his police uniform, and he sits down and he starts telling me stories. He's like, ow, I got to tell you, I got so many fucking stories to tell you. He's like a history buff. Right?
Oh, no shit.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So he's like, and then he would come down off duty, and we'd hang out, and he'd tell me stories. And he took me on a ride along in the Worcester Police Department cruiser.
Yeah.
And so then it's my birthday, and Andy, who lives in the Vernon, comes out. He's like, hey, happy birthday. I got you something. And he hands me a huge joint, like a huge fucking joint.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with it. So I just like stick it in my pocket. You know what I mean? I don't have like anywhere to put it. So I stick it in my pocket, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting at the bar drinking. The cops show up, and they want to go upstairs to talk to JB, who's the manager of the hotel. So me being friends with a bunch of Worcester cops, I'm like, all right, I'll let these guys in. As I walk outside to let them in, I noticed that one of the cops is a real fucking jerk off who breaks everybody's balls in fucking Kelly Square. He's like this young kid, tall dude. He's a fucking asshole. And anyways, I go to take my keys out of my pocket, and the fucking joint falls out right in front of him, right? So I just like casually step on it. He's like, I saw that was a blunt. And then we get in like a shoving match.
No
shit. And then the cops like grab me, and they fucking grabbed the joint. It was a joint, not a blunt. Fucking idiot, didn't even know the difference. And they handcuffed me and sit me in Kelly Square with my feet in Kelly Square, right across from fucking Kelly Square Pizza.
No. Like your feet were in the road?
Outside of out sitting with my feet I'm sitting on the curb outside of the Vernon. And everybody starts, bumbling out of the fucking bar to see me. I'm sitting there. They fucking put, rabbit-eared my pockets. And I'm sitting on the curb, handcuffed. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, you got the wrong guy. I'm like, I was here to help you. It's my fucking birthday. I know all these cops. I'm like, I'm doing all this stuff for the cops. I'm like, let me out of these fucking handcuffs. They're like, oh, yeah, you know cops? What cops, I'm like, I know Sean, who's the bagpiper. I'm like, I know Tommy Duffy. Oh, you know Tommy Duffy? I'm like, yeah, I know Tommy Duffy. I was with him last week. Like, oh, yeah? Well, we'll see about that. I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah.
I called Tommy Duffy. All right, good. So then I'm sitting there, and all these hard rock dudes show up in like, fucking unmarked cars. And they're wearing like flak vests, and I'm like,
oh shit,
what is this about? And they're all young dudes, and they have like Glocks on their, waistband. And I'm like, what? And this dude walks up to me, he looks at me, he goes, I don't know you. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know you either. And then he's like, who the fuck is this? And then I'm like, the other Tommy Duffy. And you're like, oh, the other Tommy Duffy, he's not getting you out of trouble. He's on fucking suspension right now.
Dude, that is so funny, dude. I just made that mistake like in reporting. I like forgot that there was a Tommy B and a Tommy C, but you made that mistake like in handcuffs.
In the streets.
Dude,
that sucks so bad. Did they let you go?
I know. They eventually they let me go because I just kept talking and I was like, you got it all wrong, dude. I'm like, I was trying to help you anyways. This is my birthday and it's a fucking joint. And I'm like, you guys want to do something real? Like, why don't you go fucking, like fight some crime? Like, this isn't a crime,
Yeah.
I'm like, I do more for the city than most people do at that time,
Right.
Eventually they retired hearing me and they let me go.
Dude, you're just trying to help them.
And then
find
when I saw my boy Tommy, exactly. Then when I saw Tommy, I told him, he was laughing. He's like, ha! He's like, never tell anybody you know me.
Yeah. All right. So
Tommy, if you meet that Tommy Duffy, he's bald. He's awesome. I don't know the other Tommy Duffy, so I can't. I have nothing. I don't have anything to say. But,
okay, good. Don't say anything.
My Tommy Duffy, dude, he's awesome. He's so funny and extremely knowledgeable about Worcester. He's a historian. So we should get him someday. He's a great storyteller, and he's just like a sweet dude, man. He's a great guy. So, yeah.
Dude, that would be so funny if we got cool Tommy Duffy to talk about like evil Tommy Duffy. Like we got good Tommy Duffy to talk about the bad one. He probably wouldn't want to do that, but
I doubt it.
Yeah, but interviewing.
I haven't talked to. Yeah, I haven't talked to my Tommy Duffy since then. I haven't seen him since 2007. So I don't know where he's at or anything. But
I know that he's not.
I love him.
He's not a Worcester cop anymore. I know that.
Okay.
Where he left the department I had to learn this because I went through court records without marking the B or the C in Thomas Duffy.
Yeah.
So I had to sort out the different Thomas Duffy references in a bunch of court documents. It really fucked the whole night up for me. But I know from doing that, I know that he left in 2010, 2011. So,
okay.
I don't know what he's up to now, but that's if we can find him, it would be awesome to interview nice Tommy Duffy, because Jump Out Boy
What's
Tommy
up with
Duffy.
The other one?
Jump Out Boy Tommy Duffy is now head of the Patrolmen's Union, and has been taking it very personally that people have been treating him like a public figure. I'll just put it that way. He sued a reporter for basically just reporting facts about his tenure with the gang squad, just objective things that he did. He has the longest rap sheet of any police officer in Worcester. It's a lot to get into, but he was on the gang squad pretty much since the gang squad started, and there's a lot of court cases he's been involved in that have led to significant payouts to people for getting wrongly accused, beat up, intimidation, harassment. I mean, there's the gang squad.
Damn, I got off easy, huh?
Yeah, you did actually. It's actually terrifying. When you were telling me that, the gang squad rolled up on you, I was like, "Ooh, dude!"
Yeah.
I have a couple of videos that I can show you of shit they've done, ripped somebody out of a car while it was just moving, and then charged him with assaulting police. There's fun stuff. It's a lot of fun stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, and he's like the most
You know,
powerful guy in the city right now.
Wow.
Yeah. It sucks.
That's pretty crazy. You know, it's like it's always a tough thing with cops, and you know, because I have some friends who are law enforcement agents, and they care so much about people, you know, and they're super sweet, and you know, they're the good cops, and there's definitely a lot of good cops out there, you know.
Yeah. No, yeah, no, I know. Plenty of cops talked to, not had a problem with. You know, it's just I think that it's a system that like sort of rewards the worst ones. Like you do the best when you're the worst, kind of deal.
Right.
And I think you could say the same about prosecutors and the DA and like the whole criminal justice system is just like, sure, nice people work in all parts of it, but it is kind of like the evil ones that end up at the top of the pyramid. That's the way that I look at it anyway.
Does he listen to your podcast?
Definitely not.
Well, you know,
You think he's aware
it's
of
funny. It's, you know, Bill, you say that, but what we find out from the court filings is that someone's been listening to Tom Marino's podcast and stuff, at least. Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah. Tom Marino is like a really, really good reporter, really knows his stuff, especially on police matters. And Tommy Duffy is basically trying to sue him for being good at his job. It is dark, dude. It is not fun. And you know who his lawyer is?
Richard Rafferty.
Richard Rafferty. You've probably seen him on the billboard a million times on 290. For the personal injury lawyer. What was his thing with who did you say it was? Doug Flutie? No, Adam Vinatieri.
No, Adam Vinatieri. It's also in the show notes. Bill.
Adam Vinatieri wins it again for New England.
Do you still think you can make that kick?
Absolutely.
$100 through the glass doors, past the elevators.
Dude, that's the most like dark New England thing possible. Yeah, Adam Vinatieri, I got him out of some trouble, so now he's doing a commercial with me. Oh boy, fucking A. Yeah. So I don't know, man.
All right. Well, this is where I peace out, because when I get back on the streets of Worcester, I need to be cool with everybody.
Yeah, I think that we love when you call in. We don't want to involve you in the shit. You know what I mean? I think you should stay cool with everybody. But for me and Chris, that ship has sailed. Yeah, we're not coming back to the Shire on that one. But dude, thank you for calling in. Best of luck in Los Angeles.
Yeah. All right, brothers. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you.
All
dude.
right, Al.
I want that. I love being completely derailed. I think I want to keep. I know we cannot keep that like entirely in the way that it happened, but I do want to keep it sort of in the way that it happened, where we're like about to talk about something so fucking heavy and dark, and then we just get a call from Cool Kojak, man, and he's like, dude, you know what's wicked Worcester? Spags.
Fucking Spags, dude. Yeah. And that Thomas Duffy story was actually thrilling. So no, this has been an incredible adventure already.
Yeah, what are we at? Okay, so for raw recording time here, we're at 43 minutes.
Yeah, I feel bad for you having to piece this together, but I've got all the time you need. So
we can do another half hour or so, and then that should be good. Yeah, I think that's probably the way. Yeah. Yeah. So fucking, where were we?
You were just starting to talk about the Tom Marino story.
Right. Yes. So, where was I going to start with that? That's so funny, dude. That's like a surreal. Stitching this together is going to be surreal. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Existing, being a part of this has been surreal. So
just having somebody call in randomly while you're recording and you have no plan is hilarious, dude. Like, no one does that on a podcast. It's like, what's up? What do you want to talk about? Oh man, we're always pushing the envelope here.
Absolutely.
At Outdoor Cats, where we use the freedom of the general irrelevancy to advance the medium, I'd say. Much like Pablo Picasso in his early years.
Much like Pablo Picasso.
much like a early career Pablo Picasso, we use our relative obscurity to push the envelope of what you can do with the medium.
People are saying it.
Many people are saying it. I know that for a fact. But anyway, so Thomas Duffy, not the cool Tommy Duffy apparently, who knows history. Thomas Duffy, who definitely knows he's not on the Brady list. Definitely knows that. He is suing Tom Marino of This Week in Worcester. One count of defamation. The damages he's seeking, $10 million.
$10 million.
Just cartoonish. It is straight up Trump shit. Something that's been on my to-do list all day today, I just haven't done it yet, is to put Thomas Duffy's statement after Eureka Street up next to a transcript of Pam Bondi yesterday. And it's going to read a content of what happened, notwithstanding. It's going to read one-to-one. Like, this guy is literally just, a bad guy in the Medal of Honor franchise. In a video game. He kind of just, yeah. So anyway, he's suing Tom Marino for one count of defamation for 2 stories that Tom Marino wrote. And one of the counts is so interesting because he's saying that it's defamation because Tom Marino wrote that multiple sources in the city and in state government have confirmed with him that Thomas Duffy is on like a do not call list related to Brady disclosures. This shit gets complicated fast to talk about, but basically that Thomas Duffy is on the Brady list, meaning that his testimony is so unreliable that he can't be put on the stand. It's like a liability to have him on the stand.
Yeah. So listen, I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get sued. I don't have a ton of money. I certainly don't make $728, which is what Thomas Duffy, the police officer, made in 2024. I don't have that kind of money. I don't got Thomas Duffy money.
Damn.
So
you made that amount of money to campaign against Attell?
Hey, that's just public record. I pulled it up. I looked at what he made in 2024, and that's how much he made. He made $227,000.
$227,000 to show up to court with a gun and blow snot rockets on people's stoops while passing out anti-Attell mailers in District 5?
Yeah. And so, I don't have that kind of money. I don't want to get sued.
I don't want to get sued either.
But, a thing that we know is that there are these lists, Brady lists, that are kept by DAs. Let's get philosophical here. These are lists that we know they exist, but DAs are varying amounts of open about their existence and who is on them. But we know that there are these officers who won't be called to testify because they're on the record lying a lot in other situations, and we know that they're not credible. And I'm certainly not saying anything related to Thomas Duffy. We're
talking
regard.
in general terms about
general terms,
so Thomas Duffy in this lawsuit says that the DA has denied the existence of a Brady list, as if it's like a conspiracy that there could be a Brady list. He's not saying like, I'm not on the Brady list. He's saying there is no Brady list.
There isn't a list, yeah.
Which would be interesting if that were true, because that means the DA is openly saying that he's not in compliance with the federal law. So I've looked it up, couldn't find where the DA said that. There's no record of that I could find. And again, if you were careful listening to what I said, there was no record of that I could find. I would love to be proven wrong about that. I would love to read somewhere, hear it, see it signed on a piece of paper, Joe Worley saying that there's no Brady list in the Worcester County DA's office. I just think that would be a fun thing to look at. And
the discovery in this case could be so interesting.
Discovery in this case could be so interesting. And you know what? Another fun thing that I learned recently is in Massachusetts, or no, not in Massachusetts. In the what am I trying to say? This stuff is hard to talk about, dude, and that's like part of the problem. You don't have to do Brady disclosures until something goes to trial. Like, DAs don't have to hand that shit over to defense until something goes to trial. I was reading, for obvious reasons, I've been reading up on the relationship between police and prosecutors, because of another storyline that we've been covering. That Thomas Duffy is actively involved in, and I learned that. So there is a hypothetical situation in which we learn that Thomas Duffy is on the Brady list while this lawsuit is open, which is it would be one of the most incredible cell phones of all time.
It would be.
That is a hypothetical situation that could happen, like realistically could happen in the next couple of months, and that was made that way by Thomas Duffy filing this lawsuit. This has to be one of the dumbest things I have ever seen a public official do. There's no way in hell that this is a winnable lawsuit. The standard for winning defamation when you're a public figure against a journalist, even a journalist who did character assassination on purpose, which is not the case here. Tom Marino's stuff is very tight. you in England, sure, you can win that case. In America, you cannot win that case. But he not only does the defamation, he brings up, apropos of nothing, this Brady list that is like a freaking open secret, right? Which is crazy. I just don't. I just hope that, you know, somebody listening to this who is an ambitious civil rights attorney understands the potential here, right? Somebody representing Tom Marino in this case could make some important headway in disclosures in Worcester County. So that's kind of a silver lining, in my opinion. And
yeah, I agree. And we've been talking about Brady. We keep saying Brady. And so I think it's important to say that when we're talking about Brady, Brady is a reference to a Supreme Court case from the 60s called known as Brady v. Maryland. And it's a case around the suppression of evidence. And Brady violations are generally involve exculpatory evidence or evidence that the police or prosecutors have that that they do not bring to the table, and so, yeah, we've got a real setup here, I guess.
Yeah, we have a real setup. I mean, all of this is really, in a perverse way. And I should say right now, before I forget, that Tom has a GoFundMe set up for legal expenses. Yeah. And that we should link to that because the point of this is to make it hurt. You know,
right.
The point of this has already been accomplished by Duffy's filing this, is to just put somebody in a position where they can be sort of slowly, spiritually, and financially drained by the just monotonous, low-grade violence of the justice system, right?
Yeah.
Just having to go to court, having to pay a lawyer, having to, like, it just adds another wrinkle to your life that makes it more annoying and harder to just, it's like just filing a lawsuit like this, the point of it is to just put someone through the process.
Yeah, the point of it is that Tom Marino does not make $227,000 a year and does not have the backing of, let me actually just, I'll leave that where it lay. But yeah, Tom Marino does not make $250,000 a year, and now he has to defend himself in court against these allegations, and that costs a lot of money to do, which is kind of the point, theoretically, when you file a lawsuit like this. That's kind of what you're trying to do, is maybe just, intimidate the person who doesn't have as much money as you do.
Yeah, and it's just very, it's very interesting that all of this reporting has to do with a situation that I happen to, have some sourcing on as well, that Thomas Duffy, how do I want to talk about this? Now you put the getting sued. There was a meeting that happened in the police station. It was a loud meeting involving two parties.
It was a loud meeting.
It was a loud meeting involving two parties. It was a meeting that was so loud that a lot of people heard everything that happened in the meeting. Before that meeting, there were no charges filed against City Councilor Tel Hadjiai. And that's just a factual matter.
Yep.
We can say there was a meeting, and we can say that before that meeting, there were no charges filed against City Councilor Tel Hadjiai.
And then what happened after the meeting?
Well, after the meeting, there were some sort of late in the game charges filed against Tel Hadjiai. The other defendant in this post Eureka Street case was like a normal person, or not like a normal person. What I'm trying to say is the normal thing happened where she was hit with some bad faith charges the day of. In Atel's case, those took a little while, and there had to be a meeting in which there was a lot of shouting between two people.
Allegedly.
There was allegedly a meeting, and then after that meeting allegedly happened, not allegedly, charges were filed. And also, not allegedly, this is a matter of fact, there is no one up until this point, and this is going to trial February 10th, mark your calendars. Up until this point, no one has said where this assault and battery happened. No one has pulled the clip of it, right? No one has pointed to a specific part of any of the footage available. The entire thing is captured in 14 different angles. And we know that one of the ones that they tried has already been thrown out. But also, a matter of not allegedly, saw it myself, Thomas Duffy walked into the courtroom to talk to the special prosecutor before and after one of the pretrial conferences in the Hadjiai and Spring cases. And he's not the officer having been alleged to be assaulted.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
It is quite interesting. It is taking all of this stuff together. It makes it quite interesting, and it makes it doubly interesting that now there's a civil suit filed against a reporter who has done a good job covering all of this. There is a way to read it. This general situation. I'm not talking about Thomas Duffy in particular. I'm talking about the general narrative arc is that of a little fucking crybaby who can't handle his authority being challenged. Like this is like that is a story that could be told about an incident that is about a sort of a pattern of events that it might be similar to this, right?
Yeah, I mean, if this was like, for example, a Shakespearean play, someone commenting upon it after seeing the performance might say
right.
That this seems to be the story of a little crybaby being very upset that his authority is being challenged.
Yeah, like the Greek chorus of a Shakespearean play might say something like, Daddy's little boy can't control the department as well as Daddy could. And Daddy's little boy is used to getting what Daddy's little boy gets. And when Daddy's little boy doesn't get what Daddy's little boy expects to get, Daddy's little boy has a little temper tantrum. Greek chorus could say that about a play. In which this general narrative arc is followed.
he might call someone in Minecraft or Roblox, someone like Richard Rafferty, for example.
Yeah, right. In a Greek chorus might call him like, the Logan Roy of police officers.
They might.
The Kearney Culkin in Succession of police officers. There's a lot. I mean, like, the amount of impunity expected, because the start of this play was a meeting that we've played we've played the clip. It is some of the most, I will say, affecting testimony I've ever seen at a city council meeting. And that's the inciting incident of this play. This play about a large rabid dog with a polite and naive owner. And it has just gotten worse and worse and worse. And I think we're nearing the conclusion of this play.
There is certainly an act yet to be written, but
there is an act yet to be written, but like in a hypothetical that has familiar characteristics to this specific incident that we're talking about. What does Daddy's Little Boy do if Daddy's Little Boy doesn't win either of these cases?
It's a very interesting question.
Which neither of them are like slam dunks by any means for Daddy's Little Boy. So yeah, I guess it's a really super bad idea to muse upon that, but I can't help but think about like the fall from grace that could happen in the future.
Yeah, I don't know. If this city has taught me anything, it's never bet against the bad guy getting everything they want and more. But I do see some interesting angles here, and I do see some interesting opportunities for discovery, and I do see some interesting conundrums with this situation. A thing we haven't talked about much is that part and parcel with this, were it to proceed, a lot of the sources that Tom Marino uses are other officers within the Worcester Police Department who speak to him in confidence. And something that Mr. Rafferty seems, from what I've read in the press, is that he wants to try to identify these sources. And that could be very interesting.
Well, yeah, but Tom Marino's not going to give up any sources, and nor can he be compelled to do so. That would be a real landmark change in the way that what the law can compel a journalist to do. So.
Yeah, I guess it's more like it's interesting because, again, I know Tom, you know Tom, and I know that Tom has these sources, right? Like, I know he doesn't make them up. And so what's interesting to me, I guess, is that there is this there are people in the police department who are talking, who are telling Tom Marino things. Allegedly, there are people in the police department who are telling Tom Marino things in a comedic situation where he's getting this information from, and this is a Pandora's box that I don't know. Do you want to open it, Thomas Duffy? Are you sure you want to open it?
Yeah, consider that, like, this entire freak out, and we're going back to the Greek chorus thing, in case you're following the sort of admittedly avant-garde narrative structure of this, as we keep hopping back and forth between real life and then being the Greek chorus of a theatrical and hypothetical stage production. You, like, are allowed to lie a lot as a police officer. And having a freak out at your ability to not lie quite so much, or be, like, called on your bullshit once or twice, it's just going to make it harder for you to continue lying with impunity. Like, you're protesting too much. You had a good thing going. Just keep it up. You know what else I heard? And we're still in the play side of this. We're not in the real life side of this. We're in the play side of this.
Yeah, still the play.
A funny thing, an interesting thing that I've heard is that in terms of the third act, there could be, a new, younger gunslinger gunning for the job.
Interesting.
It could be a little bit of an inter-union challenge dynamic to this, which we will likely never hear about fully. It's not something that makes the papers, but it goes toward explaining the amount of political capital Thomas Duffy has spent on Eureka Street. And Tom Marino's, reporting is all post-Eureka Street stuff. This is all in the same context, right? And, jumping back over to the play, Daddy's Little Boy has spent an awful lot of political capital on this one thing. And if you're thinking about, like, why would he do that? Could it be that the throne is getting harder to hold on to?
Yeah, it has a in the play, of course, it has a feeling of being almost existential.
Right, one could invoke the metaphor of a life raft and a person who needs a life raft, right? In a political sense, in the play.
Right.
But back to Thomas Duffy, unrelated, of course. He straight up just walked into the DA to talk to the special prosecutor. He was strapped up, dude. No one heard what he said because he walked in during a time when the public was actually not allowed in the courtroom. And for some reason, Thomas Duffy doesn't have to abide by that. And unrelated, his dad was in the town.
The Departed.
No, I think is it The Departed or The Town?
Oh, shit. I don't remember.
Dude, The Departed and The Town, speaking of, what a back-to-back, like, Boston bonanza between those two movies. I think it was The Departed. Shit, I can't remember now.
I believe it was The Departed, and the reason that I believe that is, this of course has no direct relevance to the story. The Departed, among other things, is about, police corruption.
Right. Yeah. It's such a fucking Massachusetts guy thing to be stoked to be like royalty because your dad played a role in a movie that's like an indictment of the institution that you belong to. But whatever, what fucking ever. It's just insane, man. I mean, I think it was on this podcast where we talked at length about how Thomas Duffy might be the most powerful person in the city.
Yeah.
And that was back in 2024, I think. No, it was one of our first episodes. It was like right after he did the thing, post DOJ report, like that at that meeting where he got all red in the face and screamed. And I think that I need to go back and pull that clip because that has only become more and more obvious, you know? No one can tell him not to do shit, even when that shit's wicked embarrassing. Right?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Like, wouldn't somebody, if somebody was in control, and now we're back into the play, somebody was if somebody was in control of Daddy's little boy, wouldn't they stop him from doing many of the things that he's doing? Like trying to sue a journalist for defamation citing straight news stories?
Yeah, I mean, if I was writing the play, I certainly would, have a lot of thinking to do about just, how many skeletons might fall out of that closet, how many of them might not even be Daddy's little boy's skeletons, but like adjacent skeletons, catching strays skeletons.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
You see, like, if I was the protagonist of this noir, I might at a certain point start to get worried about who's catching strays.
Certainly in the play, there would be some bit characters, some secondary characters that I would think they would be concerned about the strays that might get caught.
Right, and someone concerned about skeletons getting out of their own closet in a general sense. Generally behave and do things that are not in the best interest of the person about to dump the skeletons out. Right?
Right.
That generally doesn't go well for the skeleton dumper. So it's another thing to think about in terms of narrative arcs of fictional stories.
Who knows? We were, bearish, I think, on this character in the play last year, and they had a better year than we thought. The play went better for them than we thought it would.
Right.
And so lots of things could happen, but I don't know. I'm just trying to calling balls and strikes here. In the play, and I'm just not sure. Not sure this is the time to double down, to split the hand. Whatever the gambling analogy that would fit into this.
Yeah, and you know what sort of like narrative pitfall a Daddy's little boy protagonist often finds himself in is Big Fish, Little Pond. And we have been in the little pond this whole time.
Yeah.
In the play. We have been in this little pond the whole time. But there are also, there are other big fish in the little pond that don't make it so public that they are. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to observe. I'm excited to be the chorus. I think that it's gonna go great.
You know, Bill, that is a place I think we can really just fully agree. I'm sitting here, I'm at the play, I'm, best seat in the house. I'm a couple rows just above the orchestra pit. And I am so excited to see how the next act goes.
Yeah. Me too. And I just can't wait for the introduction of the character that I'm not going to say it because I don't want to jinx it. But, you want to talk about institutions in Massachusetts that are sort of famously black boxes. And there's one
black boxes, like black box theaters,
like black box theaters. And say what you will about the Worcester Police Department, they might be immune from local scrutiny. But I mean, there's another institution in the state that has proven itself time and again to be far more immune. So I would love to see something happen there, but. We're just watching, so I can't even say what I'm talking about. I can't even say what I mean.
Just watching.
We're just watching.
I hope you guys are all enjoying this play with us.
Yeah. Yeah. I should link the. So back after the DOJ report came out and Thomas Duffy did that thing that he did, I put together a nice dossier. Publicly available information, and I should relink that.
Yes, please do. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I think it would be very helpful.
Yes, I think that people looking
factual information, not in the play.
Factual information, yeah. Factual information about a guy. I mean, and not even the other Thomas Duffy. This is like the real Thomas B. Duffy, not the history buff. So. Chris, I think that we might be at time for our serious discussing here.
I think that's probably right.
Yeah.
Sorry for, or you're welcome for the tortured metaphors and dude,
if we get sued anyway, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I mean, whatever, man.
We danced around at. Well, no, we didn't actually do that. We didn't actually dance around anything. Take that back.
Hey, I'll just put this out there. Theoretically, I might have, as a benefit of my employment, a law firm retainer that allows me to have access to legal resources should I need them. So I don't want to get sued. I don't, and I don't think we've given anyone any reason to do that. And I would never want to. And this is a comedy podcast, and we've talked a lot about a play. But just put it out there.
It wouldn't.
I do. I do have some protections.
And we look forward to discovery. Which is that's pretty much the hardest thing you can say as a white person. That's like the toughest thing a white guy can say.
We look forward to discovery.
We look forward to discovery. Yeah.
Why is it the toughest thing we can say as a white person? Say more.
Okay, so that's like the white person's panache comes from like the understanding of white person secrets, right? Which so the Justice Department is basically like the collection of white person secrets. So if you're trying to be tough as a white guy, you got to let on that you know about the white person secrets, because like those things aren't shared very. You got to really earn that. You got to really earn your understanding of those things, and you don't have to be white to gather those understandings of the secrets. Plenty of people who aren't white have. But it's just like it's like naturally more available due to the nature of our country, why it was founded, how it was founded, that that information is privileged to white people. So that's where I was coming from with that's the hardest thing that a white man can say, because it's like, I'll see you in court, but I'll see you in court's not very tough, right? It's like, this is like, I actually understand what I can do to you in court.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think you've painted a beautiful picture there, and also in my deranged brain, all that I could see, hopefully a couple Arrested Development fans will pick up on this, but all I can see is Job with the Franklin puppet doing "It Ain't Easy Being White, It Ain't Easy Being Brown." We'll put that clip in here. I'll pull the
that's
clip.
not the Arrested Development thing I thought you were gonna say. That's awesome. I thought you were gonna go with the "I have the worst fucking attorney" line when he's like, your wife can't perjure you, like there's whatever it was, and he was like, "I have the worst fucking attorney," and then his attorney is Henry Winkler, dude. That is that's in the pilot episode, dude. That's like the best shit of all time.
Yeah, no, what was running through my head was the Franklin CD, if anyone remembers that. It ain't easy being white, it ain't easy being brown. All this pressure to be bright. I got children all over town.
Jesus Christ, yep. Yeah. Arrested Development maybe like the hardest anyone's ever shit on white people in general.
Yeah. Truly brilliant television.
It's brutal. It is.
Bill, I know we got to get out of here, but before we do, I have to say one thing, which is that we have a listener who plays in a band called Knockover City out of Lowell, I believe, and they played a show a couple Fridays ago that you and I were going to try to go to, and it didn't wind up working out for us.
Yeah. Fuck.
But I ordered the album. I ordered the physical LP, and it arrived today.
Oh, nice.
And I just want to say thank you to Knockover City. And I have that LP, and I got a bunch of cool stickers with it. They're on a label called Constant Disappointment Records. And I'm going to show you all this cool shit, and we will play it. And I think maybe we can outro one of their tracks or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that made me very, very happy. So thank you for that. Sorry we missed the show.
Yes. Yeah, I know. We were going to do that, and just fucking the days got away from me. I was like,
yeah.
It was like I remember it was like Sunday, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, that was Friday. So
yeah.
Sorry about that, but we'll get the next one. We'll catch the next one.
Catch the next one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a good place to leave things for today.
This was episode 52?
51?
51?
Hold on.
God, we're so bad at this.
We are literally, but you know what? No, we're not. You know what we are is we are
Pablo Picasso.
Yeah, we are pushing the envelope. We is episode 51, baby. Crossing that crucial threshold. We got episode 50 out with. Oh yeah, we should let the listeners know the thing that you were talking about that happens with people on the 50th episode is that they just lose the files. I don't think that made it in, actually. If you listen back to the last episode, you're like, I got to tell you something about what happens to people on the 50th episode, and then we just never explained it. So. Oh
yeah, no. The whole thing was just that I listen to a lot of podcasts. I know some other people who make a podcast, and everybody's lost an episode, and I don't think we've ever lost an episode. And that's what I was superstitious about and didn't want to say. But yeah, we've never done it.
Damn, that is a absolutely crazy thing to say before I have hit the button to save the recording.
On one of the most complicated things we've ever done. With like
one of the most annoying.
Yeah.
That is so you know what? I am going to push the button right now.
Push the button.
And hope for the best.
Wouldn't you say punching a policeman is a sin?
I hear. If punching a policeman is a sin, we may as well just pack up and go home.
It's not personal, we're just canceling your medical coverage. Your children's medical. It's not personal, we're just taking away